the Hipley dancers, ballerinas, under the direction of Homer Bryant, who is here with us tonight. Thank you for coming all the way from Chicago. Because that's how we do, right? Woo! Made me want to get out there myself. So now it's time in the evening where I have the absolute honor to give the Visionary Leader in Philanthropy Award to Mr. Fred Blackwell. Fred Blackwell is the CEO of the San Francisco Foundation. In recognition of his bold and fearless commitment to level the playing field in philanthropy, and for his role as an innovative and progressive change agent to challenge inequity and inequality. And if I may be so crass to say, beyond vision and leadership, it takes money to move the needle. Under Fred's leadership as the CEO of the San Francisco Foundation, which, by the way, is one of the largest foundations, community foundations in the country, the foundation has launched an ambitious strategy in a renewed commitment to social justice through an equity agenda focused on racial and economic inclusion all across the Bay Area. Fred Blackwell's role as the executive director of the San Francisco Redevelopment Agency was pivotal in creation of the Museum of the African Diaspora.
Good evening, everybody. My name is London Breed. I am so honored to be here this evening to celebrate this amazing occasion. Not only does this room look beautiful, each and every one of you look amazing. And Fred, I am just really excited to be here. You know, when Fred and I met a few years back, he was working at the Mayor's Office of Community Development, and I was the executive director of the African American Art and Culture Complex. And he and I had a battle over my elevator. You remember that elevator? And I went to members of the Board of Supervisors and asked them to help me with the funding for this elevator. And Fred said, hey, London, I will do anything for the community. Next time, come to me directly and I'll make sure I make it happen. Because that's the kind of person Fred is. He likes to make things happen for the community. So when I served on the San Francisco Redevelopment Agency Commission, and former Mayor Gavin Newsom suggested that we hire Fred Blackwell to be the executive director, I didn't hesitate because I was excited to be his boss. I was excited to be able to tell him what to do. And Fred is the kind of person you don't have to tell him what to do. You don't have to remind him what his responsibility is. His parents did an amazing job with raising him, and I know his mom, Angela Blackwell, is here today. He knew from the beginning, because of the roots of where he came from, that it was his responsibility that although he had amazing parents who made sure that he got a good education at Morehouse College, who made sure that he got a good education at UC Berkeley, who made sure that in each and every position that he gave back and did more for the community, he knew the importance of what it means to hold these kinds of positions, the responsibility that he has to make sure that even though he's in an amazing position, there are too many people that are being left behind. So when he became the CEO for the San Francisco Foundation, it was not a surprise to me that Fred made it his core mission to change what we do in the foundation world in a way that has never been done before. The challenge of pushing for social justice from an equity and economic lens for those disadvantaged communities that need a leg up, for those young people who don't have the parents and the support to be pushed to get their educations. Fred knew that the investment had to take place in one of the largest, most amazing foundations in our country, and so he has shined a light on communities that traditionally get lost in the shuffle. So it is fitting that Moad honors his legacy here. Yes, he's a young guy, kinda, but he has laid a foundation, laid a legacy that we all can be proud of. And I am not just proud to have worked with Fred Blackwell, I'm proud to call him a friend. Ladies and gentlemen, Fred Blackwell, the CEO for the San Francisco Foundation.
Well, thank you, London. You know, when I heard that you were going to be the presenter in London, I thought I was going to be in trouble. That was a much kinder introduction than I thought it could be or would be. I just wanted to say a couple of things. I don't want to take a whole lot of time, but there are a couple of things that I do want to do. The first is I really want to thank and congratulate the board of Moad and Linda. I have been able to be exposed to and witness firsthand the trials and tribulations and the ups and downs of Moad, and it is really great to see what's happening right now with this organization and see it manifest in the kind of event that we have tonight. So I just wanted to congratulate Linda. The other thing I wanted to do was I have a few acknowledgments. The first is I want to acknowledge some of my colleagues. I know that James Head is here. He's the head of the East Bay Community Foundation. I would imagine that Emmett might be here. I didn't see him tonight, but from the Silicon Valley Community Foundation, it really means a lot and puts a lot of wind in my sails to be doing this work in concert with, in partnership with, and support of the other brothers who are leading community foundations in this region. The other thing I wanted to do was acknowledge the board of trustees at the San Francisco Foundation who provide support and encouragement and really enough rope to be able to do the work that we're doing. There are two members of our board that are here tonight, Kurt Organista and Ophelia Bascal. They're in the back. Very wonderful partners and folks to work with. And then I also wanted to make one more acknowledgement, and that is to my family. My fiance, Pauline, is here today. Wonderful supporter of the work, understands when I'm working late and coming home late and doesn't do a whole lot of complaining about that. I really appreciate that. The rest of my family, my sister and my brother-in-law here, Alyssa and Daniel. But most of all, London mentioned my mother, Angela Glover Blackwell. You know, growing up with a mother like my mom, a lot of you all obviously know her, I got dragged to community meetings. I often describe myself as the young kid in the back of the room with the coloring book at the community meeting, wondering why everyone was so upset and when we could go home. I was also dragged to city council meetings in Oakland. I was dragged to go walk precincts for folks who were running for council, who wanted to be leaders of the public sector, who were doing work around social justice. So it was instilled in me at a very early age by my mother, the importance of this work. The other thing I will mention about her, though, is I was a tough high school kid and barely graduated from high school at Skyline High School in Oakland. And I remember distinctly, it was something like this. We got our diplomas on a football field. It was at Skyline. And I remember seeing my mother walk down the aisle and meet me at the place where I got my diploma and snatch the diploma out of my hand. and told me at that moment that she had earned that diploma, not me. So as I stand up here right now, I'm hoping that I don't see her come up here and snatch the award. But Mom, I just wanted to say thank you for the encouragement, thank you for the support, and thank you for all of the inspiration that you not only give me, but give everybody else who is interested in and working on social justice. The last thing that I would say, I said it here in the video, I have the best job in the world. To be able to sit in a place like the Bay Area and give money away for a living is pretty spectacular. But one of the things that comes with that is a lot of responsibility, I feel. And I feel that it would be irresponsible of us as an institution not to support institutions like MOAD. And the reason for that is because we are at a critical time. We are at a time when all of us need to be leaning in to what it means to be a citizen, what it means to be in these United States of America, and what it means to fight for social justice. And arts and culture is a very important part of that. Through any movement that we see, that we've seen through the years, it has been the artists, the musicians, those folks who have not only kind of showed us and tell us the stories of life, but have inspired us to be better and to think about our culture and the things that we do to advance us as a country. And so this is the moment now to support MOAD. I am very proud to be receiving this award, and thank you so much for London for not roasting me when you introduced me.